Chapter 23. Why did you leave 6 years ago? Ava's response almost made the kiss get out of control. After the kiss ended, Ava nestled in Adrian's arms. Her cheeks flushed red, the corners of her lips slightly upturned. The car sped across the overpass. The howling wind entered the car. Still the same. No resistance to her initiative. Why did you leave 6 years ago? The man's voice echoed in the car cabin, his fingertips applying slight pressure as they caressed her earlobe. Ava's body stiffened. Why hadn't he forgotten about this? Adrian, I went to study. Adrian's voice changed tone. What a coincidence. The doctor said I might never stand again and you suddenly had to go abroad to study? I never heard you mention wanting to study abroad before? The man's voice grew colder. Ava lightly placed her fingers on her temple, shielding the emotions in her eyes. She didn't want to discuss this topic from 6 years ago with Adrian. She had applied to the school early on, but when she learned that Adrian's legs would never recover, the desire to break up was real. Her future couldn't be tied to a man who would forever be confined to a wheelchair. Adrian, I was just afraid you wouldn't let me study abroad, so I didn't tell you beforehand. Please don't be angry with me, okay? I originally planned to come back every winter and summer break to see you. Ava's tone was dejected. But Adrian, you didn't want me anymore, so I didn't dare return to the country all these years. I was afraid you'd hate me, afraid there would be other women around you. Her eyes filled with tears as she looked up pitifully. Her beautiful eyes were full of sadness. She looked so pitiful. Adrian pushed away the person in his arms, the cold emotions in his eyes unchanged. Ava, you've said these words so many times that even you believe them now, don't you? I'm being serious. Crystal tears fell down her cheeks. She wasn't someone who liked dwelling on the past. Hearing some words too often actually made her find them quite annoying. Adrian's brow furrowed tightly, his eyes filling with icy emotions. When the car entered the villa on Rosewater Lane, Ava was still sitting beside Adrian. Get out, Adrian said coldly. Adrian, I'm so dizzy, I can't walk. If you keep pretending, get out and go back. Ava pouted and reluctantly moved away from Adrian, then got out of the car. As she got out, she stumbled and nearly fell. A large hand reached out from inside the car and grabbed her wrist, allowing her to barely steady herself. Ava stood to the side and obediently waited for Adrian to get out. After he got out, she skillfully linked her arm through his. Ava? Adrian's voice deepened. His tone carried considerable gritted teeth. I'm here, Adrian. You don't need to call so loudly. She raised her face with a charming smile. The man's lips pressed tightly together, his jaw tense, his deep black eyes clouded with faint melancholy. Adrian, Mrs. Lynn said she made your favorite sweet and sour pork today. Let's hurry inside. I don't like it. Ah, right. It's what I like. The girl's face beamed with a brilliant smile. Orange-red twilight fell directly, spreading across her fair, pure cheeks, adding softness and tranquility to her appearance. When she spoke, she revealed neat white teeth, her voice always ending on an upward note. Every word seemed tinged with joy. When they entered together, Mrs. Lynn was startled. Just a while ago, the master was indifferent toward Miss Ava. Now they were actually walking arm in arm. But something about this situation didn't seem right to her. It seemed a bit too intimate. Sir, Ava, you're back. Yes, Mrs. Lynn, can we eat now? Adrian had a low blood sugar episode. Ava released Adrian and walked toward the kitchen. We can eat now. Let me set the table. Don't get your hands dirty or you might stain your dress. Mrs. Lynn quickly stepped forward, blocking Ava's path. Ava was wearing a white dress today, which would easily get stained. Then I'll trouble you, Mrs. Lynn. During dinner, Adrian remained cold as ice. Mrs. Lynn almost doubted whether the person Ava had walked in with arm in arm was really him. That evening, Ava lay on the bed watching the day's rehearsal videos for review. Suddenly, the phone beside her vibrated. She turned her head to look. She immediately saw the name Grace Hart flashing on the lit phone screen. Ava put the tablet aside and turned over to lie on her back. She picked up Adrian's phone, then glanced toward the bathroom, from which came the sound of trickling water. A mischievous glint flashed in her eyes, and she answered without hesitation. Adrian, are you back in New Harbor? A cool, yet somewhat cautious voice came through the receiver. Ava raised an eyebrow slightly. Hopeless romantic brain. The eldest Miss Hart, who was cold and noble in front of others, could actually lower herself to this extent in front of one man. Her mother really knew how to teach people. Fortunately, her mother had never bothered managing her since childhood. Otherwise, wouldn't she have caught her mother's bad habit of being a hopeless romantic? Ava pinched her throat with her fingertips. Mr. Pierce is taking a shower. Her voice was sticky and cloying. Grace on the other end of the phone suddenly paled and hung up with a sharp click. Thud! The phone in Grace's hand fell to the floor, and the joyful anticipation she felt before making the call was replaced by panic. She wondered if she had been too conservative. She couldn't satisfy him, so he was finding women outside. "Grace, what's wrong?" Seeing her daughter's pale face, Monica patted her shoulder. "Mom." Grace turned her head, looking at Monica somewhat helplessly. "Why are you here?" Seeing the person on the bed, Adrian pulled his bathrobe tighter, displeasure floating in his eyes. "Get out." "Adrian, Grace just called you." Ava held up the phone with a sweet smile. Adrian strode over and snatched the phone away. "What did you say to her?" Adrian's usually cold tone carried rare panic. He looked down at Ava from above. "Your mom likes her best friend's man. You really take after her." "Yes, I am her biological daughter after all." The girl supported herself on the bed with both hands. "But..." Ava's eyes curved with her smile. She paused, then spoke lazily. "Adrian, are you hinting at something? My mom got her wish and married my dad. If I'm like her, wouldn't that mean I'll marry you too?"